Hi, fourth graders. This week in reading, we are going to be talking about genres. Genres mean what type of book is it? And there are two main genres, and that is fiction and nonfiction. I'm going to present my screen and go over with you a little bit about the difference between fiction and nonfiction. When you are talking about a fictional story, fiction means that it is not real, it was made up. These books are read for entertainment and they have characters, setting, problem, and solution. If there's pictures in the story, they're usually drawn pictures. Nonfiction, on the other hand, is a book about information. It's real and factual. You read it to learn. There are real photographs, charts, diagrams, glossary, table of contents, things like that in nonfiction. So fiction is when you're reading stories that are not real, and fiction is when you're reading something that is real. One of the things that I'm going to be having you do is you are going to go into Seesaw today and complete this activity called Fiction versus Nonfiction Sort. You're going to add a response, and then you're going to sort these things into where would you find them, in fiction or in nonfiction. So where would you find characters? Characters would be in fiction, so you would drag that over there. Where would you find a table of contents? That would be over in nonfiction. So you're going to go through these things and decide, would I find that in fiction or nonfiction? And when you're done, you would press the green check mark to turn it in. Now, there are other types called subgenres in each category of fiction and nonfiction. I'm going to go over a few of those with you today. So, a few subgenres of fiction. There are four that I'm going to talk about today: historical fiction, science fiction, fantasy, and realistic fiction. In historical fiction, it is a made up story, but it is based on or around a real person or event from history. One example of these types of books are the I Survived series. Science fiction is a made up story that deals with aliens, the future, or some type of advanced technology. Fantasy contains monsters, magic, or other supernatural elements. And realistic fiction is a story that could really happen, but it didn't. So, what you're going to be doing today to practice these four subgenres are you are going to go into your Seesaw and find the activity called genre activity. You'll add a response, and then you're going to go through and read these passages and try to figure out, what subgenre do you think this is? Do you think it is historical fiction, science fiction, fantasy, or realistic fiction? You're going to make a text box and write what you think it is. And then for explanation, I'd like you to just say why. Why did you think that? Why did you think it was fantasy or science fiction? There are, if you look on the side here, 4 pages of passages that you need to do this with. Don't just do the first one and turn it in. You have 4 pages to do before you hit the green check mark. Tomorrow we'll work some more on some other subgenres, but we're going to stop there for today because you have 2 Seesaw activities to do. If you have any questions, let me know.